I've been in the OnlyFans management game for 2 years, buckaroos, and I can tell you it is a dirty game. It is a dirty, dirty, dirty game with dirty people. Bad, bad people. There's some good people too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody's bad. There are definitely some quality. Let's call them gems. Let's be a boomer about it. However, what I've realized about the game is that there are quite a few harsh truths that I have learned about the game. And I started out just as naive as you, probably. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, expecting the best from people, always giving people the benefit of the doubt. And it wasn't until I started, I got fucked over many times, and I learned from other people who I watched get fucked over, who were further along in their journey than I was. And I learned from them because I'm not always super retarded all the time. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to give you 7 harsh truths about the OnlyFans management world that if you are new, you would do well to heed these truths. And if you're new and you're like, well, I don't want to talk you out of it, but just understand that this is how the game works. Number 1, nobody wants you to succeed. Okay, this is not a normal business. Okay, this is not this, and for multiple reasons. Number 1, it's the adult industry. Okay, so when I say nobody wants you to succeed, part of that is because the way that people think about this is they think OnlyFans management is porn. You are put, when you say you do OnlyFans management, oh, I manage girls on OnlyFans. To you, that means one thing. Okay, to me, what that means is I sit on my fucking computer all day and I yell at Filipinos and I network with people who are smarter than me trying to figure out how to outsmart Instagram or Reddit. That's what OnlyFans management is. Okay, that's literally what it is. Okay, that's my day to day. But when you tell other people, oh, I do OnlyFans management, what they think, oh my God, you're like raping these girls in your rape dungeon under your cellar. And they're like sitting there like so scared and innocent. And you're pimping them out to fucking random dudes to like fuck on camera. They have no idea. They don't understand. But the reality is that they put you in the same category as a fucking porn producer. Nothing against porn producers, by the way, but like they have a bad reputation. And most normal people, they don't have a good opinion of anybody in the adult industry. There's a lot of fucked up people in the adult industry. It's a dirty business also. That's people that you meet in real life. Not only that, people on Telegram don't want you to succeed. They don't. Do you know, like, if you post a screenshot, right, of earnings or something, what does everybody immediately assume? And nobody knows who you are. You post a screenshot of earnings. What do people assume? Oh, you're a scammer. You're trying to sell something. You're trying to get something out of it. It's not possible. I don't care what group you're in. Doesn't matter what group you're in. Any group. All the groups. People always just assume the worst. Now, to be fair, we have a lot of reference experiences of scammers actually doing that. But just because the scammers ruined it for everybody doesn't mean that it removes the fact that nobody actually wants you to succeed. It's not, when you succeed in OFM, you really do it in spite of all of the people secretly wishing for your failure, not because everybody was so nice and so helpful. Now, I do believe, I'm not sure if this video was on this channel or on previous channel, but I talked about why it was important to have friends in OFM, and I still believe that is 100% true today. Maybe I'll re-record that video because it was a very good one. But it's incredibly useful. And in fact, it's incredibly useful to have friends in OFM, people you can bounce ideas off of, share strategies with. I was very lucky to make friends early on with a lot of big names that you know, just because we started at the same time. And I'm the type of guy, I'm going to fucking network with people, or I don't really do it anymore on Telegram, but I'm going to network with people that like I can see are going places. Like I knew Account Stealth was going to be big. I knew BTZ was going to be big. I knew Razvan was going to be big. I knew Source Code was going to be big. And I made it, I'm not leaving anybody out on purpose, and not like I did this with everybody, but like I went out of my way to establish good relationships with them because I knew, not like so I could get something from them, but it really helped early on, and it will help you early on to make friends so that you can kind of counteract this antipathy from the world about people not wanting you to make it work. Number 2, harsh truth about the OFM world. Scammers are everywhere. Everywhere. And there's more scammers today than ever. Okay, back in the day, we thought there were a lot of scammers. And then we were like, oh my God, we cleaned out most of the scammers, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty good now. It's pretty safe now. There was a period where we thought that, right? It was like, when was this? This was like, I would say the height of the Fed, ages ago at this point. And we're like, yeah, we cleaned it up. It's pretty good now. Now, oh my God, I don't know what fucking happened. All the, like, of the scammer convention, they are all like, oh, go to these Telegram groups and go fucking scam people. Scammers are killing it, making tons of money scamming people. I see it. Okay. I see every day, and I'm not talking $20, $30, $10,000, $5,000, $8,000. People just fucking handing over money. And I'm not talking about somebody like OBH or Spencer or whatever who fucking sold. And by the way, I really apologize for vouching for him, because I get messages from people all the time. Like, did you hear that he deleted his group and took 15 grand from me and didn't give me a fucking porn site? Very sorry about that. Never in a million years would I expect that he would do that. But just to show you, like, you never know. You never know who's, like, who you think is established, who's going to fucking disappear one day and delete their group after selling, I don't know, how many porn sites do you think he sold? How many could he have sold? Let's say 250 grand worth of porn sites. That's a lot, but is that really worth sacrificing everything? Because now the guy will never fucking sell another thing in his life, because now the word is out about what he did. Anyway. But other than that, other than him, people who are high profile, there's tons of scammers selling fake models, selling fake traffic, selling fake Snap ads, chatters. Oh my God, don't get me started on the fucking chatters. This is why I don't hire from Telegram. Chatters will go in these fucking chatter Telegram groups, and they will pretend to be chatters, and they will infiltrate your agency and try to steal your chatters for their agency. Chatters, another thing chatters will do is they will say that they're working for you, and they'll say that it's you, or they'll say that it's them logging into the inflow and doing the work, but they've outsourced the work to somebody else, to some other fucking retard Filipino who, like, doesn't know what they're doing and fucks up on the account that they hired, from Telegram also. What else do they do? Fucking, I don't know. They just do a shit job. They work, they don't work when they say they're going to work. Anyway, the point is that there's scammers everywhere, and that's like the unforgivable scammers, right? Well, let's see. Did I write about this? No, I didn't. So that's not even to mention the people. Actually, let's talk about this one next. Most people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Now, in relation to the last point, what I really was referring to was service providers. There's a lot of service providers out there who will say, I'll do traffic for you. I'll do Twitter for you. I'll do dating apps for you. I'll do this. And let's say they have a legit service. Let's say it's really legit, and you hire them and you pay them. They might just suck. They might just be dog shit. They might have lied about the results that they could give you. Or it just might not work. It might not work for you. It might not work for your models. I hired somebody recently. I think he watched my videos, so, like, no disrespect, bro. We're still cool. But, like, I paid this person $3,000. He charged me $500 per model. He's going to do Reddit for them. And I put 6 girls on there. And the reason I did it, and I thought I found the golden fucking goose. The reason I did it is because he told me, he's like, yeah, we average between 1,200 and 2,000 free trial subs per month. So I heard that, and I'm like, for $500, fucking sign me up, bro. I'll give you every fucking girl I have. I'll go sign 10 models right now if you can do that for all of them. And he's like, oh, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely going to work, blah, blah, blah. And I think on one account, maybe we got 400 free trial subs on one account. Some accounts had 100. Some accounts had under 100. $3,000 down the drain, right? Down the drain. And this is somebody who, like, maybe they're not super well known, but this is somebody with a name. This is somebody with a business. And, it just didn't it just didn't pan out. So, like, there's nobody that you can go to. And to be fair, this is not unique to OFM. I hired somebody for Facebook ads once when I had another business. I paid them $15,000. They did nothing for me. And, like, I told him, I was like, listen, bro, I'm firing you because you haven't done shit. And he's like, oh, listen, bro, I'm so sorry about this. We're really embarrassed. And I'm like, this fucking dumbass asshole. You just took my money and you did nothing. And you're fucking sitting here and fucking smiling in my face about it because you fucking feel sorry. That's just how the game is. That's just how it is. Oops, too bad. You paid crypto. Get fucked. And the point is that, and that's just service providers, okay? That's just traffic service providers, let's say. Let's talk about chatters. Chatters have no idea what the fuck they're doing. No idea. There's no good chatters out there, bro. The good chatters that are out there are in-house of an agency of a guy who went through 7 chatting agencies who were all terrible, worked with all of them and didn't give up and was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go fucking post an ad and hire people on my own. And that's how we're going to do it. That's the game. That's how this is going to work, because that's all there is to it. That's all I can do. But the reality is that most chatters are terrible. 99, and this is no exaggeration, 99% of chatters are terrible. 99 out of 100 chatters are terrible. It might even be more than that. It might be more than 99 out of 100. It might be 199 out of 200. They are terrible. And when I say terrible, you would rather have nobody on the account than have somebody on the account when it comes to chatters. I used to think chatting was this fucking easy thing. I was like, okay, so I got recruiting. As long as I get traffic, like I'll hire some chatting agency, put people on there, everything will be fine. That's not true. They can fuck up. Do you know how emotionally painful it is for you to you've done everything perfectly. You've sold the dream to the model. She's excited. She's doing her job. She's doing her reel. She submits her content. You've got the traffic going, 50 subs, 100 subs coming in every day. And the chatters on there are so fucking stupid that they can't convert it. And not only that, if the model, oh my God forbid the model fucking cares, and she goes in and she checks the chats and you have a retard chatter on there, say goodbye to that model, bro. Unless a lot of money's coming in, or unless she's patient, or unless she just doesn't fucking care how you do, GG, bro. It's over. Agencies have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Actual agencies, those people that you see in Telegram groups, even the fucking ones you think are smart, even the ones that you think are doing a good job, who have results like 100K a month. Well, to be fair, those ones are probably, but even then, bro, they don't know fucking everything. Just because they do 100K a month doesn't mean they know everything. They figured out like one traffic method and have one chatting strategy, and that's it. That's all they have. Now, to be fair, do you need more than that? No, you don't. But they don't know fucking everything. Like they probably just know that one thing. They dabble in something else, but they don't fucking know much about it. I could say that about myself too. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking genius and I know everything, but most people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. The industry is too new. There hasn't been a high enough level of sophistication from a business sense in what this is for long enough. It just hasn't been around that long at this level. Yeah, give it 10 years, fine. Maybe you'll have fucking OF super geniuses with, massive agencies of a bajillion models who are crushing. And I don't think the big ones are like that right now, Creators Inc. and all that. Okay, number 4. Everyone lies about the results. Oh, God. Everyone lies about the results. Everybody. Except me. I don't lie. I mean, I guess I could show you screenshots. Maybe not everybody. Most people lie about the results. What do I mean by this? Let's talk about models. Models lie about the results. Oh, how much do you do? Oh, I do 7K a month. No, bitch, you don't do 7K a month. You did 6,800 once when you were working with an agency, and the most you've ever done without that agency is 3K, and you did that once. That's your fucking 7K a month. No. You're a fucking liar. Let's talk about traffic people. Oh, now I already gave the fucking example. The guy, 1,200 free trial subs a month. No. Okay, maybe, and what I eventually found out came to light later. And again, maybe this guy watches my videos, no shade towards this person. We're still cool, bro, but and I probably made my money back, to be fair, because thank fucking God I have good chatters. But what happened is that he got 1,200 to 2,000 subs on a very specific type of girl, posting in very specific subreddits. So you know what I mean? That's different than being like, oh, we could do it on any girl. Yeah, okay, there's going to be some differences in quality in terms of how attractive they are, fine. But come on, fundamentals are the same. The basics are the basics. Chatters, again, everybody lies. If a chatter sends me, I don't hire from Telegram anyway, okay? I think I'm amused when people send me that shit. Ever since I started making all the chatting videos, I get people hit me up, oh, can I work for you, blah, blah, blah. Occasionally I'll give somebody a chance, never works out. Has not ever worked out once. I have never hired a chatter with experience and been like, oh my God, this was such a great decision. I'm so happy I did this. Never. They all fucking lie. Oh yeah, so these are my conversations. Let me send you these screenshots. I've been a chatter for 2 years. Get the fuck out of here. You haven't been a fucking chatter for 2 years. You fucking stole these screenshots from somebody on Facebook and you're trying to pass them off as your own. And you know, you look at the fucking screenshots and they're fucking terrible anyway. It's just sexting. That's all it is. Sexting. There's no purchases of PPVs. There's no like connection building. They all know what to say. Oh, I know how to build a connection with a sub. And then what do they say? How are you, babe? Fuck you, you fucking lying ass bitch. Agency owners lying about their fucking results. And it's the same thing with the models. Oh, our agency does 100K a month. No, you don't do 100K a month. You had 1 month where you did 92. And then the other months you didn't get anywhere close to that. And, you know, 60K of the 92 was from one girl who's fucking famous, who, you know, has 500,000 followers on Instagram. And she posts reels and gets a ton of subs because she has gigantic natural tits. Your chatters are dog shit. And like you fucking coast on the quality of that one girl who, for whatever reason, has decided to choose you to do her OnlyFans shit. So like once you realize that, like, and this comes in two ways. Number one, it comes with success. It comes with you achieving, well, for me at least, when I started making a certain amount of money or doing a certain amount of revenue with OnlyFans, I realized how it all broke down. I had one girl, the girl's doing the most during 35K a month. You know, other girls are doing less, most girls doing 10, couple doing 5, couple doing 6. And it just somehow stacked up to like, you know, almost 70, let's say. And so that's how it is for most agencies, right? So that's one of the things that it comes from, is you actually experiencing it. And then the other one is actually fucking talking to these people that have success. Because once you start making money, it just kind of, you get drawn into circles with other people who are making money. It's really weird how it happens. It's like being drawn by a fucking magnet. And then you talk to them in a normal conversation. You realize like these motherfuckers don't know what they're doing either. They're also fucking coasting by on some girl who like whatever is unique or special, or they've got some traffic thing that like, you know, that shit's going to get patched in a couple months. You know, that shit's not going to last forever. Once you get a feel for what people are doing for traffic, you're like, all right, that's not, you know. Anyway, number 5, harsh truth about the OFM world. It could all come crashing down any minute. Any minute. OnlyFans shuts down tomorrow. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, yeah, okay, well, I'll go to probably some other platform. But like big scandal at OnlyFans, and I don't think this is going to happen for the sake of argument, right? But it could happen. It could all get shut down tomorrow. They could shut their doors. The owner of the company could be like, I don't like money. I don't want to do. He could be a born again Christian tomorrow. Boom, just like that. OnlyFans is shutting down. OnlyFans isn't allowing any more adult content. In an instant, it could happen. And then what are you going to do? You built all this. You got this traffic shit. You got these chatters. Platform totally gone. Inflow totally useless. All these fucking proxies and shit that you have, you know, anti-detect browsers. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to, you know, change that into money again? Fansly? I don't know. Fucking AI. Make your own platform. It's going to create a massive, massive power vacuum where it's like, what the fuck are you going to do next? And again, like I said, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think it's likely. I don't think this should stop you from fucking getting started. But the reality is that we are all heavily leveraged on OnlyFans, the platform. And if for whatever reason it stops working tomorrow, they shut it down, we're all fucked. That's it. It's over. No more money. Done. There's no other conduit for the money to flow through to you. I'm not saying you'll be fucked forever. We'll all probably figure something out, but you know, that it's not going to take 24 hours to do that. Number 6, OFM is still not a socially accepted business model. So forget about the adult industry. I would even argue that sometimes like working in the adult industry as a fucking porn star or as a porn director or saying like I own a porn company, that's almost more acceptable than saying I manage girls on OnlyFans. I have a modeling agency for OnlyFans girls, because that immediately, okay, so what goes through people's heads? What's the first thing that they think about when they hear that? The first thing they think about is, okay, what are you doing for them? And why are they signed with you when the whole idea about OnlyFans is that the girl can do it on her own. And now that's obviously, an incorrect, it's a misinterpretation from them because they don't understand how hard this really is. But that doesn't matter. You don't always have the time to fucking explain it to them. Even if you explain it to them, they might have already made their decision. They might already think you're some fucking predator. The whole Andrew Tate thing going to jail. I personally don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, I don't have all the details, but like, I don't think that he did what they're trying to say that he did. I mean, I don't think he did anything any worse than what any of us are doing, to be honest with you. Again, like I said, I don't have all the details. And I don't, I could be wrong, but I don't think he forced anybody to do cam against their will. That would obviously be wrong. But anyway, the point is that the stigma associated with that, who is, him, who's a high profile person and going to jail for that and the whole sex trafficking thing, that casts a very negative light on anybody who tries to do this, or who's public about it, who's upfront about it. You have to work very hard to establish a reputation in the opposite direction. One of the reasons, by the way, why I make so many videos and I try to show my personality to be like, there's no fucking girls hidden in the basement here. You know what I mean? Just like a normal, nice person making fake profiles on Reddit to, give some Filipino people simps to talk to and sell content. But the point is that it's not socially accepted, right? Here in Miami, I think I'm lucky that when I tell people this, they're like, oh, yeah, I know somebody who does that. I know OnlyFans models. My friend has an agency, or I know somebody that has an agency. And they're like interested because this is like a safe place to do it. But if you live in some fucking conservative place, or if you even live in a city that's, fucking not Miami, and Miami's a free place, but if you live in like Cleveland or something, they're going to have a crazy different idea of who you are and what you do. And that is going, if you care about that, and I don't say this in a snide way, but if you care about what other people think of you, and you care about other people having a good opinion of you and not associating you with bad things immediately upon meeting you, and you don't think that the strength of your personality and your charm and all that shit is enough to carry you through, let's say, a bad initial impression of what you do for work, then that's, arguably going to be a problem for you. And then the seventh one, women may judge you harshly for running an agency. And when I say women, what I mean is women that you are romantically interested in. You want them to be your girlfriend, you want to marry them, you want to fuck them, whatever it is. Women, have opinions. Shocking, I know. Everybody has opinions. And when you tell them what you do, I told this story once on my old channel, but basically, I went on a date with this girl that I met on Hinge. Date went great. She fucking spent the night. And then the next day or 2 days later, she sent me a text and she's like, "Are you a sex trafficker?" I'm like, "What?" And we had a whole conversation about what I did, like a whole conversation about what I did and how the job worked and on social media. And I showed her my fucking phones and I showed her fucking, I don't know if I showed her like inflow, but like I went in detail about what we actually do. And she's like, "Well, I was talking to my mom and she said, people who do that are sex," and I had to block her. You know what I mean? And she's just, I mean, to be fair with that girl, I think the reason she flipped on me is because I didn't text her after the date. I never text girls the day after the date because it's just not good. It's another video for another time. But the point is that she latched on to that because she was mad at me and wanted to latch onto something. And as women do, they will, they're fine with who you are when everything's going great. But the second things start to go badly in their eyes, then all of a sudden they start to think about all the, potentially bad things that you have done or that you are, specifically stuff that's not socially acceptable, because women are very attuned to that type of thing. So like, whereas men were more, we judge people more on their character and on an individual basis, women are more like, oh, well, he said this and it's not socially acceptable. He did this and society doesn't like that. So therefore I'm going to like score virtue signaling points on him and I'm right and he's wrong, regardless of and they don't say this part, regardless of the fact that I was a massive cunt and I was a huge bitch and I was an hour late and I fucking, verbally abused him in front of everybody. Not saying that stuff happened, just to give you an idea. And that's even if you get to that point with them, right? I had dinner with Ashaz, Ashaz? Shout out to, or Habibi, the guy who runs the Habibi fucking OFM channel. I had dinner with him last night. He lives in here in Miami now. And he told me, he's like, I don't tell girls what I do for work. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I just don't tell them. I was like, well, what if they ask? And he's like, I just say, oh, I do something. That's it. And I was like, well, what if they press you? And he's like, I just get up and walk out of the room and tell them I have to go on to a meeting. You know, I was like, well, what if they're in your house? He's like, I just go on the balcony. So like, that's the level. Now, is that the best way to handle things? I wouldn't want to handle things that way. I don't have the patience for that shit. Like, I'm just going to tell you. And if you don't like it and you're not willing to like hear me out about what I do and you want to judge me immediately on that, I'd rather know right now. I'd rather know immediately and fucking be done with you. You know, I don't have time for that shit. But the point is that women will judge you immediately based on that, as they will judge you based on anything that you give about yourself, specifically about work. What a man does for work is very important, not just to women, but to other men. Now, I don't think most guys are not going to have a problem with what you do. I think they're going to think it's really cool. That's been my experience, at least. They think it's cool. Occasionally you get this, righteous fucking, and they can believe whatever they want if they're religious and, entitled to their opinion. But like with women, it's a challenge sometimes, for sure. I've started saying, like, I do marketing, I do sales and marketing, we do branding, and I'm a little bit more vague about it up front because I would like to get to know them a little bit better before I tell them. Now that's just something I've been experimenting with, but I'm really just the type of person, like, I'd rather tell you the fucking truth and like get a read on what you think about that, early on, so we don't waste any time. Anyway, those are 7 harsh truths about the OFM world. Let me know what you think about that. Drop me a comment. What are some harsh truths that you have discovered in the OnlyFans management world? Let me know. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.